It's possible to make the right decision, which is to start investing, but it's possible to do it the wrong way, and that could cost you thousands of pounds in fees over the course of your investing career. In this video, I'm going to show you how I invest and what I think is one of the most efficient ways to invest. So if you're new here, my name is Chaz. I go by the title of the Risk On Investor here on YouTube, and this channel is documenting my journey as I try to build a £1 million investment portfolio. If that's a journey that interests you, and it's a journey that you want to join me on, feel free to hit the subscribe button below and we can go on this adventure together. But before we get started, I just want to say I'm not a financial professional. This channel simply documents my own journey, my own personal experiences, and shouldn't be considered financial advice. If you need financial advice, please speak to a licensed professional. So by the end of this video, you'll have made your first investment. It'll be done in a low-cost, tax-efficient way to save you the most money in your investing career. Now there's a 3-step process to starting your investment career. I'll be showing you over my shoulder what I'm doing as I make some investments on my phone, and I'll put that coming up here on the screen next to me as we go through the video. If you need to pause at any point and come back to certain sections, feel free to do so. I'll put chapters in the description below so you can hop around to the bits that you need to and rewatch any sections that you need to catch up on. So the first step to getting started investing, which is before we even decide on what we want to invest in, is that we need to choose a platform to make our investments on. Now choosing the right platform can be one of the biggest decisions you make in your investment career. Now you can always change platform at a later date if you need to, but it's so much easier if you just get it right straight away. Now for the purposes of this video, I've made the assumption that you want to invest in shares of companies. The reason I've made that assumption, because historically, that's been one of the best long-term wealth creators that we can access as retail small-scale investors. So what are you looking for from an investment platform? Well, first, and probably most importantly, is you want that platform to be suitably regulated. Now every country has its own regulating authorities that make sure the platform you're using is filling in all the correct paperwork, is handling your money correctly, is ring fencing your investments so that if the platform goes under, your investments are still safe, and many, many other things. In the UK, that authority is called the Financial Conduct Authority, or the FCA for short. If you're not in the UK, I'm afraid you'll have to look up your own country's version, but every country will have one. Now the second thing I'm looking for is a platform with low fees. At the end of the day, every time a platform takes fees from you, that's less money in your back pocket and less money that's invested on your behalf to grow. Now fees come in all kinds of different shapes and sizes. There can be fees for every trade that you make. There can be just platform fees, which is a percentage split, where the platform will take a certain percentage of your investments every quarter. Some charge just a monthly fixed fee. There's all kinds of ways that's done. So comparing isn't always straightforward. So the third thing I'm looking for is the type of investments that are available on the platform. You want a platform that will let you invest in whatever you want to invest in. Now for some people, you just want a platform that has the smallest amount of choice possible because it can feel a bit overwhelming. And some people want to be able to invest in whatever they want, even if they're only actually going to invest in one or two things, just because it gives them options. I personally like the platforms with more options. It means that as my risk tolerance changes, as I get older, as my personal circumstances change, my investments can change along with that. And finally, I want the platform to offer a tax-advantaged account. Now here in the UK, the most common one of those outside of a pension wrapper is called an individual savings account or an ISA. Now there's lots of different types of ISAs in the UK, which I won't go into here, but the particular type that I'm after on the investment platform is a stocks and shares ISA. Stocks and shares ISAs allow you to buy things within the stocks and shares tax wrapper. Anything you buy and sell within that wrapper is free of tax, which means you get to keep more of what you earn from your investments. Again, if you're not based in the UK, I'm afraid you'll have to do the research into what's available in your own country. But most countries do have some form of tax-free wrapper that you can access. So my personal platform of choice is called Trading 212. If you've not heard of them before, Trading 212 is a commission-free platform, which means it has no platform fees when you buy and sell. They have a huge range of investments available. They're regulated by the FCA, and they also have the stocks and shares ISA option, which means they tick all the things that I'm looking for in a platform. What's even better is at the time that I'm recording this, Trading 212 are doing a promotional offer to try and attract new customers. And the promotional offer means that if someone sends you one of their personal invite links, you both have the chance to win a free share up to £100 when the person joining the platform makes at least a £1 deposit. Now, in my opinion, that's a no-brainer. Even if you don't actually plan on using Trading 212, you can still sign up, make a deposit, collect the free share, then just sell the free shares and withdraw all your money. And that way it's free money for signing up. So if that's something that interests you, I'll leave my personal invite link in the description below where you can sign up and get a free share. And if you do that, I'll get a copy of the free share that you get as well at no cost to either of us. Win-win. So step 2. So we've got our investment platform sorted. Now we need to start thinking about making our investments. Now obviously the first step of this is to actually make a deposit on our platform. Now different platforms have different ways of making deposits, but generally you want to avoid using a card to pay for deposits on a platform. Card processors like Visa and MasterCard have a small fee that they charge vendors when you make a transaction with those. So that means that normally that fee is passed on to you if it's going into an investment platform. Whereas if you do a bank transfer, especially through the UK's faster payment system, which means you get pretty much instantaneous deposits and withdrawals, there's no additional cost. So I'd always recommend doing a bank transfer if you're using Trading 212. So now it's time to make our investment. We've got our platform, we've got money on the platform, now we need to make the investment. Now if you've taken my free beginner's crash course to investing, if you've not, I'll leave a link to it down in the description below. It's completely free, a 7-day email course. You'll know that there's almost a limitless amount of things that you can invest in. And Trading 212 is no different. There's so many options available to you. But if you're a beginner investor, there's something I want to draw your attention to. And that's that the Standard & Poor, which is best known as a credit rating agency in the US, every year compile a report which compares active fund managers against a passive benchmark that just tracks a total index. And they've found that over the last 20 years, almost 94% of active managers have underperformed just an index benchmark. And so most people who are starting out will invest in an index fund because that guarantees you the market average returns. Yes, you won't beat the market, but you also won't underperform the market. So it's a really good long-term strategy. Now there's actually multiple different indexes you can track on Trading 212. For the purposes of this video, I'm just showing the Vanguard FTSE All World, which has a ticker of VWRP. Now there's also other variants of this. For example, Invesco have a product which covers a very similar amount of companies with a slightly different fee structure, and there's a couple of others that are popular as well. But all you want to do is go up to the search bar on Trading 212, type in what you're looking for, and that will bring up a selection of things that you can invest in. You then just simply go onto the information page about that product and scroll down and hit buy. From there you can allocate how much of your cash in your account you want to allocate to that investment product, and once you hit the buy, it will show you before it actually submits the order what you're doing as a final confirmation. Now that's the easy bit. So now you've signed up to your account, you've made an investment, hopefully you've claimed a free share as well if you went with Trading 212. The hard bit now is to keep that up. So one of the best ways to build up your investment pot long term, in my opinion, is to keep investing month after month. The price of what you're investing in will fluctuate up and down all the time, but as long as you're investing a little each month, your buys will average out, sometimes when it's higher, sometimes when it's lower. And don't get worried if you see a whole year or two where the performance is very poor of what you're investing in. Remember, we're here for the long term. When the value of your index fund goes down, just think of it as buying things on sale. So if you want more information as a beginner investor, I mentioned it earlier, but I've got a free email course that you can sign up to. There's 7 sessions, each delivered one day after the other to your inbox, and they cover topics from why you should invest, the passive versus active investing debate. There's a little bit that shows you about how I supercharge my investments by earning a bit of extra money. It also gives you some information about more exotic investment types that maybe you aren't going to make as a beginner investor, but that you should probably be aware of. I'll leave the link for that down in the description below. Now if you found this helpful and you want to follow me on my journey to building a £1 million investment portfolio, hit the subscribe button and the bell and you'll be notified of new videos that I release. I also recently released a video about a fund that I found that I think might be better than a general index fund, which you can see here, which dives into a little bit about what that fund is and what its performance has been like in the past. I hope you found this useful, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!